Hello everyone, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be taking you along with me as I do my side hustle as an Instacart shopper, kind of show you how it works, how much money I make, all that good stuff. As you may or may not know, I used to work at a grocery store where I live, so I did Instacart through the grocery store, if that makes sense. Like, we would only shop our store and people would come pick it up. And then whenever I quit there, I just kind of did it as a side hustle in between my new job and that job. And I actually made pretty decent money, so I continued to do it. So I'm going to try to give you some like tips and tricks and stuff as someone who's been doing it a while. Like, this isn't my first time doing it. I did it with the grocery store for like 9 months, and then I've been doing this for like 2. So kind of some tips and tricks that I learned from doing it at the store and from doing it on my own. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So my trunk is a disaster, but I would definitely recommend like getting some reusable bags. Maybe not this kind necessarily, but I have this big, huge like freezer bag thing, and it's very deep and stuff. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's really deep. I put cold stuff in there. I've got this like tote thing, and I just use this for when I'm transporting them. So I'll put all the groceries that I get in here. Hello, puppers. I'll put all the groceries I get in here, and then it has handles on the side, and it has like these handles you can throw it over your shoulder. It just makes it a lot easier to carry it to the people's porches and stuff when you have it in bags like this, because you don't have to like fill it up. You don't have to put all these like bags on your arm and stuff. It just makes it easier to make one trip instead of like 10, even though we all know none of us are making 10 trips. It just makes it easier to keep everything from getting crushed and stuff. So that is tip number 1. Definitely get something to carry all the bags in. It just makes your life so much easier, and it prevents them from like sliding all over your trunk or your back seat or whatever. So yeah, so I'm gonna go get in the car and pet my dog wherever he is. He's leaving me. I'm gonna get in the car, and then I'm gonna kind of show you like how the app works when you first log in and stuff, and then we're gonna get to shopping. Okay, so when you open the app, it looks like this, and it shows you. So like today I have a $2 extra on all batches until 1 p.m. in Hickory, which is like the closest big city to me. I will say that the weekends are usually busy just about anywhere, but if you're doing it through the week, I would definitely go to like the closest, biggest city you have, because you'll make more money and there will be more orders to do, so it'll be more worth your time. Right now you can see I only have 2 batches, but when you click on it, you have to answer the questionnaire for COVID, like showing that you don't have symptoms, all that stuff. So I go through, say no to all because I haven't, then you confirm it, and then you have to go back like to the batches. So there's 2 batches available, and it shows you where they are, and to be honest, these are both kind of far from me, to be honest. I know that you guys watching this probably don't know where these places are, but these places are both probably like 35-40 minutes from me, so I'm probably not going to do these. But just to show you as an example, so this first one right here, it shows that it's $19.11, and that's with the $2 extra. So when you click on it, it shows you that it's $19.11 from Instacart, and they did not leave a tip. So usually that would be annoying, but since it's a $19 order already, like it's not that big of a deal. And it shows you down below how many items it is. So it's 10 items, 18 units, and 18 units means that that's how many of like each item they may have, like there's only 10 items, but they may have gotten 3 of one thing, if that makes sense. So that's why there's 18 units but only 10 items. And then the 12.1 miles, that's how far your delivery is from the store. So if you're not wanting to drive that far, because honestly 12 miles is kind of a long time, depending on where you're at, it could be longer based on traffic and stuff. So if you're not wanting to do that, definitely pay attention to that, because you don't want to be driving all over the place, because it's not worth your money or your time. Then below that, usually this line does not show up where it says $8 peak boost included. That usually does not show up, but that means that either this order has been sitting in Instacart waiting for someone to shop the order for a very long time, and it's getting close to their delivery time. So they put a higher amount of money on it in hopes that someone would pick it up quicker. Usually that's not there unless it's like super, super busy and they have a lot of orders that need to go out and not enough shoppers. Or like I said, if someone's just been waiting for a while. And then below that it says $2 promo included. Again, that's usually not on there, but since my area has a $2 extra per batch, it is on there today. And then you can see that I can scroll through the items that they want. So honestly, if this was closer, I would do it, but like I said, it's about 40 minutes away from me, and it's really not worth it for like 10 items. But this is easy. It's literally just baby food and soap and that's pretty much it. So if I wanted to accept it, I would just slide to accept, but I don't want to do this one because it's far. So I'm just gonna go back. That was just kind of to show you like what you could do kind of thing, and then you can refresh it. And now I have some in Denver, which is closer to me, so I'm gonna do, let's see, there's a $9 one and there's a $12 one. So this one is actually 2 different orders that you would shop at the same time. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide to accept this one, just because there's really not that many orders. So then it'll say head to the store, and it shows you each person that you're shopping for, and then you can click on each person and see what they want. And I'll be honest, if you're very new to this, if this is your first time, I do not recommend doing 2 orders at once because it can get very confusing. But I'm used to it from doing it at the grocery store and stuff, because you have to make sure that you keep stuff separate, because if people end up getting the wrong stuff, then like they will complain, and they can, if that happens enough times, they can like prevent you from doing Instacart any longer. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, these don't look like they're too bad. Some of these have a lot of items, but it's like cans, so that's not a big deal. So yeah, I'm gonna head to the store and I'll catch up with you when I get there. So I just got to the store, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys like how this works before I go in, so I can like talk and not have people staring at me. So whenever you get here, you hit start shopping, and then it'll show you everything on the list. It's gonna show you everything that both orders want, and it's gonna separate them by customer A and customer B. So that's how you know which one it goes to. So typically for me, I'll look and see how many items each one has, but both of these are small. So usually I'll put the smallest order in like the part where like a kid sits in the buggy, and then the rest of it I'll put in the bigger part of the buggy. So yeah, let's go. So since I've got 2 orders, I'm gonna try to like separate them in the back between A and B, and what you just saw me doing is taking pictures of the receipts, because you have to do that. Okay, so I don't know how well you could see me in that, but I was just putting the groceries in each bag and then like trying to separate them in my trunk because it is 2 separate orders. Didn't really get to show you a lot while I was in there just because there's so many people. It's literally the weekend before Thanksgiving, so it's very busy. And I will say, like, if you have someone and they don't have what they want, you can replace it. Always hit can't find item first to check the like if it's a customer choice, which means that they put something that they wanted instead if they didn't have the original item. But I will say be careful, because sometimes people put stuff in that and they don't actually want it. It's really hot, I'm sorry guys. That happened to me. Like, she said that she wanted one thing and then she ended up saying that she didn't want that, so I had to go all the way back across the store a couple of times. So in that case, just like message them and ask them like if they would rather have something else. Instacart gives you a debit card to pay with. And then once you're done, and you have to take a picture of the receipt, which is what I was doing in that last clip. And then you get to this screen and you just hit swipe to start delivery, and it'll show you. And you just hit navigate and it'll take you straight there. I will just give you a heads up, don't expect these people to help you carry their groceries in, because 99% of the time they don't. They just tell you to leave it on their porch and like to ring the doorbell or something, which I personally don't mind, but some people think that's rude. So just a heads up, if you don't want to carry people's groceries by yourself, this probably is not the job for you, because people do not come out to help you. Just a heads up. Oh, this lighting's terrible. So that lady originally said that she put on there that she wanted me to hand them to her, but I rang the doorbell and like stood there for a minute and she didn't answer. So I just texted her and was like, hey, would you prefer me to leave these at the front door? I rang the bell and didn't get an answer. And she answered, she was like, yeah, that's fine, like, sorry, I'm in the shower, like, it's no problem. So when you have stuff like that happen, like, you just kind of wait. But like I said, most of the time they just put in there automatically that they want you to leave them at the front door and like ring the bell. So that's basically how an order shop. There's really not that many orders today, which is surprising to me because of the fact that it is the weekend before Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna go back to the same store I was just at because there is an order there and I'm literally 2 minutes away from it. So I'm gonna do that and we'll see how the rest of this day goes. I thought I was gonna make kind of like a lot of money this weekend with it being the weekend before the holiday. Like, nobody wants to shop because Rona, but it's kind of looking like they don't want any food. Maybe people aren't having Thanksgiving, who knows. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. Y'all, this lady really ordered 4 things of huge things of toilet paper, a big thing of paper towels, a thing of freaking 24-pack water, and she gonna message me and say, you can just leave it at the door. So I'm gonna have to make like 6 trips. It's gonna be a great time. Here we go. So I was literally about to go home and I got another order. So that's cool. As you can see, she has 24 items. Honestly, I only clicked on it because I was literally right here. This is the same store I've been going to all morning, so these people probably think I'm crazy. But the tip on it was like $13 and I was very confused. So then I went and I looked at what her items are and like it doesn't seem that bad. And then you get down to the bottom and she wants a freaking 12-pound turkey and a 6-pound ham, which I guess I should have like expected that to happen, but honestly she doesn't have that many items on here, so that's kind of a good tip. This is like a $20-some order, so I'm gonna go ahead and start shopping. And then yeah, so lucky for me, I did get home. I literally like had just passed the store, so I just turned around. So that's awesome. So yeah, let's get to shopping. So with that one, I got a notification while I was shopping that said my like payout had changed, and it actually went up like $4 or $5 because it was a heavy order. So they pay you extra whenever a lot of items in your order are heavy. So I had the 12-pound turkey, a 7-pound ham, 2 big boxes of cat litter, some milk. I think that was all the heavy stuff, but like since there were so many and they are all kind of heavy, like obviously I'm not gonna be able to carry all that in one trip, so they do give you more pay for that. So just keep that in mind too when you're looking through how much you're getting paid and what the items are. You should get paid if you have a lot of heavy items. So the next order I got is at Aldi, and if you don't know how Aldi works, you have to bring a quarter because you put it in the buggy to like release them or whatever. That's their way of like not having to go out into the parking lot to get their buggies. Also, they don't bag your groceries, so you either need to bring bags that you don't mind giving away or get boxes in there, or you can buy bags for your customers and then enter it at the end. So just a little heads up, you do need a quarter and they don't give you bags. Also, if you do get boxes from inside, like they don't care, like that's what they're there for as long as they're empty, but they won't like fill your boxes for you. Like you basically bag your own stuff. They literally are just there to scan it and take your money. So just a heads up, if you've never shopped at Aldi before, I didn't really know that's how it worked because I'd never shopped here when I first did it, so just a heads up. Also, their brands are not like normal brands that you find in other grocery stores, so they're like weird brands to most people if you're not used to that. Another thing with Aldi is they have this thing called Aldi Finds, and in the app, if it's an Aldi Finds item, it will tell you that. But I didn't really know how it worked when I first did it, so the one I had was cereal, but it was an Aldi Finds cereal. It's not going to be with the other cereal. There should be like an aisle strictly for the Aldi Finds items. So you need to look there for that stuff and not with like the other stuff that's not an Aldi Finds item. I don't know if that makes sense, but I literally walked around the store forever and I just thought that they didn't have it, but it was just on a different aisle. So keep that in mind if you're shopping at Aldi.
going to deliver these groceries that I just got from Aldi, which took me way too long to pick out the groceries anyway because I hate Aldi. I don't know where anything's at. And now I'm stuck in a freaking traffic jam because there is a wreck. And I don't know where I'm going because I'm not from, like, this area. And, this is, like, annoying. Like, I'm sorry I'm being this person, but, like, I just want to deliver these groceries and make some money, and this is taking forever. So, a little update on the wreck situation. The road I needed to get on to get to this customer's house is literally shut down, and they are not letting anyone in or out, whether you live there or not. So, they were like, sorry, there's no way to get there. Like, we don't know what to tell you. So I just have this woman's groceries, and I texted her and called her like 4 times, and she hasn't answered. So I don't know what to do, and I'm trying to contact Instacart, and I'm like 101 in line, and like, I just want to be honest with y'all. This is not how my day was supposed to go. This is not how my previous days shopping have went. Like, this has never happened to me before. So now my money for the weekend is going to be sadly depleted and not nearly as much as it could have been. And I don't know what to do with these groceries. I've never had this happen before. So, old girl finally called me back, thank God. And she was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't have my phone on me. So, she's giving me the address to her parents' house to take it because there's literally no possible way for me to get to her house. Because all of the roads to that direction, it's like a cove on a lake. So, all the roads to her house are shut down. So I'm taking it to her parents' house. Again, this has never happened to me in the month and a half I've been doing Instacart, like, on my own. So, like, don't let this scare you, but, like, just saying, this is always a possibility of happening. So I just got home from that order that literally took me almost an hour and a half to deliver. So I'm going to chat with Instacart and tell them that I had to drive extra mileage and how long it took, and hope that they'll reimburse me. They did that one other time. This lady put in the wrong address. They reimbursed me for the mileage, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that that's what happened this time. And I know maybe I'm being greedy, like it's not her fault that I had to take it somewhere else, because it's really not. But, like, that was an hour and a half of my time. I could have been shopping other orders. So I'm going to try. If not, like, it is what it is. But I'm hoping that they will give me some compensation for my time wasted.
The next day.
Okay, so it is now Sunday. So all the other stuff was from yesterday, which was Saturday. Today was Sunday. I did go out this morning to do some Instacart stuff, but honestly there were like no batches hardly all day. I only did 2 orders, and then I had a Thanksgiving dinner anyway, so I just stopped and did that. And I was gonna do some more, but there have literally been no batches like since I did my second order this morning at like 11:30. So with that being said, my like earnings are not as much like total, but it still shows a good amount of like what you would make if you did it like hourly, like as an hourly wage basically. So whenever you go into the app, it looks like this obviously, and as you can see there are no batches available. So if you click the little lines in the top left hand corner and then hit earnings and then hit earnings again, it'll show you how much you've made. So as you can see, I've got like 4 different things here. I'm going to scroll down to where it says current week, because that was yesterday and today, because the Instacart cash out is on Mondays. So it'll do everything from Monday to the next Sunday, and then you'll get paid for it that Monday. It usually is pending in my account until at least Wednesday. It never fully processes because sometimes people will change the tip amount, but just so you know. So when you click on it, it will show you how much time you actually spent shopping or like driving to deliver the groceries or whatever the case may be, and then below it'll show you how much you made per day. So as you can see, I didn't make more than $100 each day just because there weren't a lot of orders, and like yesterday when I had to wait for that wreck or whatever, that took up a lot of time and I was just kind of over it, so I just went home after instead of doing more orders. So as you can see, I made $83.38 yesterday and $40.72 today. And I will add that they did give me a $10 credit for the time I wasted yesterday waiting for that girl to call me back and for the extra mileage. So it was a total of $10, which doesn't really seem like a lot, but honestly that's like the price of one normal order. So I was thankful that they gave me the $10. So if we add this up, I'm just gonna round the 6 hours and 52 minutes that I worked to 7 hours just because it will be easier. So 83, 38, and 40, 72, I made $124.10 in the 2 days. But that was only 7 hours worth of work. So if we go to my calculator, 124.10 divided by 7, that's about $17.72 an hour. And this is pretty much what my cash out has been per hour every time I've done it. So even if I only do like 2 orders, they may only take me like an hour, but it's still that much money, if not more. And then whenever I wasn't working my full-time job, when I was doing Instacart in between my jobs and I was doing a lot more orders, it still evened out to about $17 to $18 an hour. So honestly, as a side hustle, this is good money because this is almost the same as what I make at my actual job, like 9 to 5 or 8 to 5, 7 or 5 days a week. So honestly, it's not that bad. So there you have it. Like I said, if you live in an area that is bigger, then you may make more money, and there's probably more opportunities to do bigger orders and more orders just in general. I don't know if the fact that people probably aren't getting together for Thanksgiving kind of like hindered my orders this weekend, because a lot of people probably aren't cooking because they're not meeting with their families, or what the deal was. But usually Saturdays and Sundays are the busiest days of the week from what I've seen. So just keep that in mind. Obviously, if you live in a big area, like every day is probably busy, but I live in a super small town. Also, I shopped at Publix for the first time today. I don't know if some of you have probably never shopped there. I personally have never been there until today. But 10 out of 10 recommend taking every Publix order you possibly can, because in the app at other stores, it'll just tell you like the section. So it'll tell you like noodles or whatever are in the pasta section. But if you shop at Publix, it will literally tell you exactly what aisle it's on and what section it's in. So it's so much easier. And I always got nervous because I was like, I've never been in a Publix. I don't know where anything's at. Like, I don't want to waste time trying to find stuff. But it actually was the easiest thing I've ever done. And the people there like bag your groceries and load your car for you. So I basically didn't have to do anything. And I made the most money off that order because Publix is a little bit more expensive. So when people do like a percentage of their total as your tip, it makes your tip higher. So 10 out of 10 recommend doing orders at Publix. Like, it was the easiest $30 ever. Literally, I didn't know where anything was, and all I had to do was just look on there, and it went in order from aisle 1, and then it went through the store. So 10 out of 10 recommend. So yeah, that is how much money I make doing my side hustle, especially right now, having to pay for my student loans and my wedding that's coming up. I'm trying to get as much extra money as I can, and this is really easy for me because I love grocery shopping, honestly, and that used to literally be my job. So doing it this way, I definitely make way more money than I was actually working at the grocery store doing it. The downside is you obviously have to drive your own car, put mileage on your own car, but according to my accountant, even though Instacart pays you for the mileage, you can still track your mileage and like claim it on your taxes. So I've been doing that as well. She told me that you can't start like tracking it until you get to the first store. So like you don't track it from when you leave your house to when you get back, but when you get to the first store and then whenever you finally come back home, all those miles count. So I've been doing that. If it ends up being that I can't, since they're already paying me for it, then that's fine, but I've been keeping track of it just in case. So yeah, definitely make sure that you keep up with your app. And also I will say that some people get nervous that once they deliver an order and like complete it, that it doesn't show that they've made any money. It does take it a little bit for the money to like show up on your account. It'll just say pending, but it will show up. It just takes a little bit because it has to process. So don't get nervous if it looks like you haven't made any money even though you completed a delivery, because it will show up, I promise. So yeah, about $17 an hour, and that's me living in a small town and like there not being that many orders. So if you live somewhere bigger with more orders, then you're probably gonna make more money. I totally love doing this. It's super easy. You literally just pick up your phone and do it whenever you feel like doing it, completely on your own schedule, all that good stuff. So definitely recommend if you're looking for a side hustle, because this one actually pays and it's really not that hard. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up as well as hit the subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys in my next video.